I had a lot of fun GMing that. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. There's a lot of action. You guys literally pushed an armored cavalry regiment fucking HQ, so I hope you got enough armor to destroy. I hope it was challenging enough. I was trying to keep the pace up a little bit on you guys. I don't know if you could tell that, but you guys definitely handled it and took all the problems I gave you in stride, and it was really cool to watch from my end. If you're going to argue with someone, keep it to yourselves till after. We don't need that in the operation. It fucks with commo. The word of the year, as my leadership knows, is professionalism. That's what we're striving to have in this unit. So if you're going to be here, we're not your babysitter. Be professional. We're all trying to have fun. We're all trying to have a good Saturday night. So I'm going to hand it off to Ghost, and then you guys carry on. We're going to get a picture at the end, so if y'all could all stand by. I want to get a picture for social media and whatnot.
All right, so let's begin by going over what was supposed to happen, what did happen, what could have gone better, what could have gone worse. So first off, the original plan was obviously to move to the mountain. That didn't go well, number one, because military site levy had troops in them. Number two, because that mountain's just really difficult to move up with the way the game works and the way tracked vehicles work. Just so everybody here is aware, tracked vehicles in-game are not tracked vehicles. They're not identified as that. They're basically wheeled vehicles, but they look like they have tracks. So that's the reason a lot of times they struggle to get up to places and things like that, just so everybody's aware of that. So whenever you see them struggling to do that, that's why. So we couldn't get up there, began taking contact, so moved everyone down south. We moved along that southern road, did all that really well up until the point where Hitman 1, Hitman 2 started to take contact. Now, here's where things kind of went sideways, and I think I could have explained the plan better. So, my original plan was to have Hitman 1 and 2 continue moving along that dirt road, and then once they get kind of in line with Regina, along that horizontal plane, then they would start to move east. That way they would avoid enemy contact as much as they could before they got there, by putting as much distance as they could before they got there. Obviously it didn't go as planned. They were a little too close and they started to take contact. We had a mass cas with Hitman 2. I'm assuming that was the 2S1 blowing everybody up. But and then Hitman 1 obviously had no AT, and I'm going to be a little forward here and say you should always have AT in your squads. If you don't have AT, that is a huge fucking issue because of situations like that. What's up?
Can I interrupt?
Yeah, go ahead.
We did have AT. We ran out, and then we found an AT, and we destroyed the BTR.
Okay. I was told... Okay. That makes sense. Alright. In that case, then, again, shit happens, so... As long as y'all got it, that's fine. Obviously, though, that opening of the attack was kind of a shit show. At that point, I just had the Bradleys push up, and then obviously one got taken out by the artillery piece. We had to work on getting the artillery piece out. Now, one thing I do want to tell the Bradleys is, if there is an enemy vehicle like that in the AO, and I know Miss Bradley didn't know that, but I don't know if Rabbids did or didn't, but if there's ever an artillery piece in the AO, do not put yourself out in the open, because after the first Bradley got destroyed, I saw Rabbids Bradley start moving toward the road, and at that point, that is a... I'm not calling anyone out, by the way, just I want to be clear, because like I said, I don't know if there was a communications issue or not, so that might have just been an issue there, but when an artillery piece or something like that is in a position you cannot see and is currently taking out vehicles, you don't want to move to a position where you might be more visible to it, because one shot from a 155 millimeter cannon is going to completely eliminate you, whereas one shot from your 25 millimeter cannon probably isn't going to eliminate him, and the chances of you hitting the gunner, you know, they're pretty good, but they're not 100%. You might just end up hitting a loader or commander, and the gunner might still blow you to hell. So I want everyone to be aware of that, especially the Bradleys. If you guys come across tanks or artillery pieces that you can't just send a missile or completely eliminate immediately, make sure you're hidden. Make sure they cannot see you. Because like I said, I don't need to lose two vehicles back-to-back immediately. So, but we got the 2S1 taken out. Hitman 2 did a good job doing that, and then Hitman 1 did a good job clearing out the south of the town. And then once we got Hitman 2 back up and we got the Bradleys back up, we were able to push in from the north, kind of Hitman 1 and 2, take both sides of the road, and clear out the town. I think that part went really well once we got everyone together, kind of working together. Being able to do that went really well. And then obviously we had the incoming attack from the north once we got the town cleared and QRF was set up. So real quick, because I do want to bring this up, but Hitman 2, I don't know if you guys heard or if I'm just misremembering, because Op has kind of been a little bit of a shit show on my end as well as your guys, I'm sure. I did want you guys to pull back to the south immediately as soon as before we even got hit by a QRF. I do not want you guys to push that far out, because I think you guys were like down toward where G-Monkey's armor mark is, or like closer to that than you were Regina, and that is an issue. So for future reference, unless told to go out there, if I just tell you to go to the south of a town, just cut it off as soon as you get to like the last building of said town. So, and that goes for Hitman 1 as well. Let me think real quick. Second thing with the Bradleys, I need to know what you guys are doing when you're doing it, because if you guys are somewhere where you're not supporting the infantry, or I don't know exactly what you're doing, then I'm just going to assume you're kind of going off on your own, doing your own thing, and that's kind of an issue when we're under attack by vehicles and I'm running out of AT and things like that, because then I have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to figure out where the Bradleys are, and also trying to figure out how to take care of enemy armor and things like that. So if the main issue there is communication, it's not you going and doing your own thing, it's I need to be notified of what you're doing and where you're doing it. And I understand that's a little bit difficult with 2-man Bradley teams. I understand a 3-man team would help a lot, but that's just something that needs to happen next time, because like I said, not knowing where you guys are at and what you're doing is kind of like impacts mostly your PL, your PSG, and sometimes can impact your squads, because at one point if I need you supporting a squad and you're not there supporting the squad, I have no idea what's going on. So a little bit more upkeep with your PL or your RTO as to what's going on with you. And I understand that, you know, occasionally the RTO will get overwhelmed, things will get missed. So I'm not calling y'all out because, like I said, a lot of communication issues tonight. I'm just saying for future reference, make sure it's being done properly. I want to say that's it. Y'all did well holding the town. We didn't take, I don't think, any real major casualties after we were assaulted by several BTRs and things like that. Everybody did really well. Everybody was really calm about it. But yeah. So, and then one thing, last thing I do want to bring up. We were getting hit by that artillery earlier in the operation after we had just taken the first contact down that road at that checkpoint. Make sure you guys, if we're taking artillery on a certain position, just get out of the position, especially if there's not a whole lot nearby, because most likely they're just hitting that specific area, and they're not planning on hitting like the tree line up to 100 meters south of that. They're just hitting that one point because they know that's a fortified position and it's been taken. So just for future reference, I'm not calling anyone out. Like I said, I didn't really see anyone stay there. I'm just saying for future reference, if something like that happens to you, just move away from that position if you can. All right. I think that's it. I'm gonna hand it off to